Hello everyone, this is Mark Leibovitz from VRTrader.com and the creator of the Leibovitz Volume Reversal with a tutorial here on Tradestation. This is midweek December 15th and we're going to show you a couple stocks here and introduce you a little bit to the volume reversal. If you've watched previous tutorials, we just go over some of the basics and give you a little bit of a background. Meanwhile, as a refresher, we do publish VRTrader.com under the Leibovitz VR newsletters. A bunch of newsletters. Our Platinum and Gold letter and Vice letter provide specific trading recommendations. Our Silver is general market commentary. Our Forecaster is our annual cyclical report for the markets. And of course, my book, The Trader's Book of Volume, The Definitive Guide to Volume Trading, gives you the background from which my volume work is based. And we cover a bunch of indicators in there with, of course, some focus on my proprietary volume reversal. And as a reminder, for those of you who like to listen to a financial radio show, I host my own called Wall Street Raw, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern. You can listen to it on the Genesis Communication Network, gcnlive.com. That's gcnlive.com. It is archived there and on iTunes. It's also carried on KFNN 1510 in Phoenix Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on a replay. That's KFNN 1510. Let's jump to the charts. This is one of our recommendations at VRTrader.com in the last couple weeks or so. Core Labs, CLB. Obviously, it's an oil play, but we saw the positive volume reversal coming off the bottom. But let's step back here for a moment just to show you a little bit of perspective. One of the reasons that we were introducing the idea to you and trading it. Let's see, I mean, the monthly chart. Yeah, monthly chart's pretty good. You can see here in the last couple of years, the stock's basically been trading, roughly from 80 up to 130, back down to 90, back up to 130, back down just under 100 to where but it's going back and forth for a couple of years. And when we saw it coming down to this level, we were waiting for confirmation. Of course, this is a monthly chart, but you can see some pretty good correlation here. Look at the negative volume reversals calling the downtrend, even on a trading basis here for a couple months in the last year or two. But we don't trade that way. And as a reminder, we do use a 533 stochastic. That could be applied to any time frame, but the fact it turned up here on a monthly basis, I think, is encouraging. So what got us interested was the daily formation, positive VR, rising stochastic. When I generate a negative VR and a rising stochastic, I tend to ignore the trade, particularly if it's the bottom of a trading range, which was the case here if we looked at that monthly chart. And as you can see here, the positive VR was confirmed by a rising stochastic here and here. And we had a nice move all the way up into almost the 125 level. So, we got in here in the high 90s. I think we sold around 115 on a trade, and I think we did that around here where it looked like it stalled a little bit, and that was pretty much the point I was trying to make here. Now, if you get a negative VR like here and you have a bottoming formation, a rising stochastic, I tend to ignore that just like here. And my general guideline is, after you've made a move, you're into a rally and you get a negative VR, that interests me because now we're coming off a little bit of a top, okay? And when you're down and having a little bit of a correction for a while like here and you're generating a positive VR, that interests me because you're at the bottom of a range and traders may be coming in for something more than a 1 or 2 day event. Again, I look at the stochastic. So this is one of the reasons why we traded Core Labs. The logic behind it, again, is trying to catch intermediate bottoms, but also looking at the positive VR confirmed by a rising stochastic. Meanwhile, there are a lot of situations that we could talk about, but we only have limited time on these recordings. If you are inclined, I would sign up for the free trial to the Leibovitz volume reversal. It's a very powerful tool. I tend to use it more on a very short-term basis, even though in the letter we caught several week move, 15 points in the stock. My basic view is bring the register as often as possible. I come from a floor trading background where on the floor traders frankly try to close out the positions every day. If we can generate a positive VR like here and catch a move for a day or two to the upside, or a negative VR here and catch a move to the downside for a couple 3 days, or here's a better example, negative VR down for a couple days, here's a positive VR up for a day or two. That's sort of my overall intent here, even though we do talk about intermediate intermediate moves, and we talk about how these stocks look on our weekly and monthly charts. And if you want to play with the 5-minute, 10-minute, and short-term charts, there are trades there too. Though I don't make an effort to look at those. Just too much work for me. Too stressful 5-minute, 10-minute type trades. But again, the volume tool is applicable in all time zones. So again, please sign up and please try the free trial. And thanks for checking in.